So, let's see what kind of damage overnight has done to me here. So, let's actually pull up the game. So, new mail. Oh, only basically 1100 gold in the mailbox. I wasn't really expecting very much because I did not do a restock of things that had sold out before I went to sleep. I probably should have, but I didn't. That was my, of course, own failing, but whatever. Flask of the Vast Horizon sold, though. Manted Elixir? What? Wow, people are buying some of my old stuff here. Yeah, panda stuff. No kidding. Let's see what kind of nonsense this is. Not that I'm really complaining. All right, so before I'm going to post, I'm going to do a vendor search just in case there's some foolishness going on. Because, you know, dumb people are dumb. All right, nothing. Okay. Or, well, I guess there was, but it's all expired or bought already. So let's start clearing out the bags here. So, um, hmm. Yeah, exactly. So, you never know what people might need. You're absolutely right. And, of course, this week is time walking for, I guess, another day and a half or so. And people tend to buy old stuff for whatever reason, mostly alchemy. Um, because why use the Shadowlands potions and flasks if your level's getting nerfed down in time walking? So yes, that's why I do it. You are absolutely correct. Um, Although still some Shadowlands stuff, like the ravioli, has moved. Um, ooh, Drainic swiftness and strength flasks. Oh no way! The Drainic versatility potion finally sold. That one is hilarious because I've had one, just one, for God knows how long, weeks now, and it's extremely profitable. It cost me like a gold and a half, 2 gold to make, and according to my setup, I've been listing it for about 25 to 30 gold, depending on the prices of the mats. Uh, if you actually looked at the price of that on my server, the Drainic versatility potion worked out to something goofy like 46,000 gold. Like, what? And I kept relisting it and relisting it, hoping to change the market value. And it never really did change the market value. Um, because when I had the expired auctions, because I only list for 12 hours, I guess somebody else was coming in and listing them as some kind of goofy setup. I mean, they could have been using TradeSkillMaster too, but their prices could have been all wonky. So, um, all of a sudden, mine looks like an amazing deal at like 25 gold. And yeah, I think I've been sitting on that one for a month, 5 weeks now, something like that. Just one of them. And yeah, unbelievably, it just sold. I am very happy with that. Oh, the frostweave. Yeah, as I'm clearing out my mailbox, some more things are starting to show up. These green items, I know, are pretty much never going to sell. And I say never, because they do actually sell. They just incredibly slow rates of sale. But they're usually incredibly profitable. And the ones that you've seen, with a few exceptions of drops for older content, um, about half of the ones that I have, probably a little bit more, I bought like stupidly cheap, and I've relisted them. And even if it takes another month to sell them, 2 months, I'm gonna make gold for sure. Holy, you've already done 30K. In what time frame? Like, so you did the restock, but how long ago did did you get this 30K? Like, we're talking minutes here? An hour ago. Yeah, that's amazing. That's yeah. It's kind of like me yesterday. Uh, well, you saw the image from my mailbox. Sam and Ann put it in video, and yeah, that was about an hour worth of sales. 90,000 in gold and for alchemy and cooking. I love seeing this above max price posting at max. I don't know what it is about that, but that in particular, every time I see that when I'm posting, that makes me really happy. Because, of course, that means that, um, well, I mean, my prices suddenly look good, but it means that the market's refreshing, resetting, and stuff like that. So these Lich Bloom, um, I normally don't have all this extra materials. I typically only buy materials for exactly the crafts that I make. But I'm on TSM 4.11 alpha. There's going to be bugs. And a week and change ago, um, the crafting queue would never get past the first. It would make the first item, but then never get past it. And it kept prompting me to buy more and more, and I didn't realize what was going on until I had all of these herbs that I, I'll make wrath potions, but I don't make that many. I've got way too much lich brew. I don't know what to do with myself. Yeah, just one of those moments. I mean, the bug got fixed pretty quickly after I reported it. It take about half a day or something like that for Sapu and Reisky to to fix it. But at that point, the damage was pretty done. And if you saw my gold, and I'll pull it up, but I got hammered that day. Because, you know, at this point, I've paid too much for those Lich Bloom because the price has gone down since I bought them. So all I can do is pray that they sell, or my wrath potions that would use those sell, and then I can cancel my own auctions and use up the herbs. But either way, clearly it's an accidental long game. It was not intended. Oh my god. Oh, so okay, so yes, you ran out of money and couldn't post. Was this on retail or was this on like classic Burning Crusade? Oh, okay. Yeah, it was on retail. Yeah, been there, done that. Yeah, 1100 gold. Not fantastic, but I like to see these old things filter through. So, yeah, what was it? Was it in Legion for me? Maybe it was BFA. I don't quite remember, but uh, unfortunately I can't show it in the graph because I've long since reset the data, and that was before 4.11 and a bunch of changes. But um, in the space of an hour, I went from 500,000 gold, 600,000 gold, something like that, like hundreds of thousands of gold. I literally went down to 5,000 gold or less. Oh, steak a la mode sold. Nice. Um, and I knew everything that I was crafting would sell, and I would get my money back. But you know, pulling a Rodney Dangerfield, ugh, that was uncomfortable because you don't know. And like suddenly you've lost hundreds of thousands of gold, and you don't know how quickly you're going to get that back. Like that's nerve wracking. Okay, stake Elva mode. I still have 11, so that's not going to restock. Um, Addy bags config. So I'm going to temporarily disable the UI. Yeah, and I'm just going to make sure that my bags are organized. They're a little bit. Let's tidy it up. Yeah, that's a little better. I like doing that little bit every now and then because when you uh, are trying to collect mail in TSM, it gets a little buggy if, well, let's pull up the standard bags again. So if it was not organized like this and your items were scattered across all of your bags, the empty spaces and the partial stacks tend to confuse TSM. So in the support channel, on the WoW economy, you've probably seen us repeatedly say, "Hey, oh, my mail didn't send, or I couldn't collect it, or whatever," and we just say, "Did you sort your bags?" So now that everything's listed, this is Opie, by the way, just because I'm lazy. Let's see, Shadowlands, cooking, and alchemy. Okay, cool. So let's restock. Holy crap! What the world? What am I? Oh, it's because I'm restocking Cataclysm food. I do want to do that, just not right away. So let's clear and restock. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Wow, okay. Panic moment. Um, alright. So, some decent stuff. It's gonna cost me 26,000, but an estimated 10,000 profit, and that's probably pretty typical. Um, I'm gonna show you something here, Natty. So, you probably briefly saw it on Samadan's stream near the end, like the last 10 or 15 minutes of his stream. So under TSM crafting, um, alchemy can have low margins, not for everything, but I tend to find cooking has even lower margins. Um, but this line here, in the default material cost method, Samadan starts this off with min, and I prefer max. And the reason for that, and otherwise these are identical. So with min, if we use Samadan's calculation, it's not wrong. It just gives you a different result, which might not be what you're expecting. But if you use min, it's comparing your average buy, smart or otherwise, to the minimum of the standard stuff. So this would be absolutely no difference. It would be the same thing as if we just took the first part, like first, and dropped it right here in the calculation. In which case, it would still, it wouldn't value what's currently in the auction house versus what you've paid, because it would take the cheapest. So if you have actually paid more for your materials, then having min at the beginning undoes that. It actually is counterintuitive. But if you use max instead and compare your purchase price versus the cheapest what is available, then that seems more reasonable. So I don't think Samadan is wrong. It's just a different way of doing it. Either method suffers from one critical problem, and you probably saw it in my Reddit articles, but this average buy here, because this is forever unless you go accounting and clear out data. So if you have been, like for example, my Lich Bloom, like let me go to auctions and quickly find it. So Lich Bloom, what is my smart average buy? Almost 16 gold. Its minimum buyout right now is 14 and a quarter. So my average buy is higher than what's currently available. So that's undoing my damage. So in this case, Samadan's method might actually work better, but I did actually pay more for the Lich Bloom, in which case I want to use what I paid for, not this, 14 and a quarter, right? When I go crafting. So both methods are correct. It's just how you want to, I mean, you'll get different results, but yeah. You set yours to clear. That's not bad. I typically clear mine about every 60 days, but 45 is fine. The catch is when you do that, any other items can be messed up. Like I told you, I bought some of those BOEs. If I clear it, there goes the the, the purchase information for those. So yeah, you can never get what you want. That's the problem, isn't it? So since I need to restock, let's start buying. And you probably saw me say in Samandan's chat that I only buy materials as I use them up. So that kind of minimizes my average buy, but not totally. I mean, it's still there. It still messes with things. All right. I'm gonna reload my UI because on alpha, I I I don't trust it not crash. And also, uh, when I streamed the other day, I got just over an hour and my whole computer seized. So, yeah, I want to make sure my save variables are saved. Yeah. See, the little black notebook, I should be doing that, or spreadsheets or something like that, um, just in case. But I, I'm even more lazy as a gold maker than the lazy gold maker is, because he does spreadsheets and little black books. Yeah, pen and paper. I have a decent little like small notebook thing. It's not very big. Um, I do have such a thing. I've just never busted it out. I actually use it more. Um, okay, this is actually very hard to read. There, I'm gonna move this. Um, I actually use the notebook more for when I am writing my Dungeons and Dragons um, game setting because I'm, you know, I'm an amateur um, game designer, uh, but I have to constantly make notes to make sure that. Okay, wait a sec. Oh, there it is. I was like, what? Why was TSM not prompting me to get the vials? Oh, there it is. I just can't read. All right. Is my chef hat out? My chef hat is good. Let's do the cooking first. Yay, cooking done. Now here comes the long part. Alchemy always takes so long. I want the crafting speed thing to gloves. Please, Blizzard. Please. Um, you know what? I'm honestly not sure if Lightbringer is medium pop. It used to be high pop, but it I don't know if it still is. You might be right. I honestly haven't checked. What is it? Spectral class. Oh, the spectral flask of power is cute. That's interesting. Um, oh, my crafting cost has gone down from yesterday. My crafting cost yesterday was 535 gold, and right now it's 470 on those. That's good to see. Yeah, Sam does play on Lightbringer, with his NA account, and that was complete fluke. I didn't even know that he was going to roll an NA account, let alone say, hey, by the way, I'm here. Do you want to come join? And of course, I didn't know what faction he wanted to play. Well, yeah, so Sam turns out he randomly picks Lightbringer and Alliance, and I'm like, oh, here you go. Welcome. Hey, Slaxus! How's it going, buddy? Oh, Hazel's on Lightbringer? I didn't know. Like, so Hazel Nutty Games? Is she seriously on this server? Holy crap, no, I didn't know that. Um, I know, Vadis is on here, but he's on like every server, so that's not shocking. But Hazel Nutty? Oh my god. Is she Horde or Alliance? I haven't actually watched her YouTube videos in a while, and also when she records, uh, she doesn't usually show her characters, or at least not the videos that I've seen. She's Alliance. Wow, that's amazing. I might actually have to message her on YouTube sometime and say, hey, by the way, did you know? That's amazing. Thank you for letting me know. I honestly had no idea. Um, well, I don't use spreadsheets. The different crafting costs with TSM and the legendary spreadsheets. Um, do you change the default um, material cost method in? I was actually showing Daddy and discussing the difference between Samadan and myself, but in settings, um, crafting, this, did you change this? No, you just imported it. Um, I'm not sure, actually. Um, would it be a case where that you need to update the spreadsheet? Like, pull in the latest data? Huh. I'm, I honestly not really sure um, about the spreadsheet thing because, to be honest, spreadsheets terrify me. Not spreadsheets in of themselves. I can read those and understand those. No, I mean setting up spreadsheets um, and putting in the math calculations and especially pulling data from external websites and stuff like that. Oh my god, that scares me. Um, you're you're probably better off asking either Dirty Irby or Samadan. lazy gold maker if you can get a hold of him. Because they do all that stuff, and I've I'm a bad goblin. I've never done it. Okay, I'm gonna close that for a second. Normally I just leave the task list open, but oh, I've got to. No, those are different. Okay, I don't need to sort my bags.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Run post scan. If you see a little lag with the post scans, I'm trying to figure out if this is 4.11 or Blizzard. And I haven't quite figured this out because you of course you know about the Blizzard throttle for cancel scans, right? Well, up until a week or so ago, I I was like everybody else. I hit the throttle at about 50 to 60 items being canceled. But in the last 3 or 4 days, I've been hitting that at about 38 to 40. And I don't know if that's 4.11 or whether Blizzard is like, nope, you bad goblin, you make too much money, you do all the things right, we punish you for doing things right. I don't know. So, but current listed auctions 1.8 million 378 auctions.
You find anything exotic? Bring it to me.
I need to I need to recover. So this is where so my gold graph. I'll show this off to you guys. This obviously is the Brutosaur. Like, of course, just one straight line, boom. And then from October to kind of March, somewhere in here, you guys heard me on Samadan's stream. I mentioned that pretty much all of this up to about here, yeah, I was making a little gold, but life kicked my ass. Um, uh, in October, I spent a lot of time in British Columbia, where I grew up, looking after my mom and helping her move into a new place. And then 3 weeks later, um, after we moved her into a new place, I suddenly got a message to get my ass back out there because now my mom was in hospital and dying. So that was a shock. And then 2 weeks later, so total 5 weeks from moving her into a new place. 5 weeks later, she had passed away. And then, of course, I didn't really want to do anything in life, let alone in the game. But when I started coming back out of the shell, um, where I was living in February, well, I mean, January and February, this whole flat line here, the place I was living in before, had the worst Wi-Fi to the point where it's not hyperbole, it's actual, like, documented. I would get online and 30 seconds later, boom, disconnected. And there was a few times that I would pop in on Samadan's stream and I'd be able to type something and boom, disconnect, boom, disconnect. So not only was I dealing with grieving and loss, I I couldn't I couldn't even bury myself in the game and forget about life. So this whole flat line here, it was me not playing the game really at all. So um, yeah, it really ugly. So um, I moved at the end of March. So let's see if I can kind of zoom in, but I didn't really have full setup here in my new place. Yeah, so you can see this flat line almost the end of April when I started coming out of my shell um, personally, dealing with the loss of my mom, but also even though I'd been here with normal stable internet for for a month, I didn't want anything to do with life. I didn't want anything to do with the game. I didn't, um, so yeah, it took me 4 months. And of course, I'm still grieving. I think about my mom nonstop. But it took me 4 months to even join humanity. And then, of course, COVID's still going on. So rejoin humanity is a is a subjective statement, because I I'm not going outside because nobody's going outside, right? Um, but then you see this 400 and almost 500,000 gold to 800,000 um, over kind of a very short period of time. But you can see my big material purchases and stuff like that. So, um, and it doesn't look for him like very much on the graph because, way up here, no Brutosaur. I'm still recovering between my mom and lousy internet and just not involved in humanity. And so, in terms of gold makers, you see all sorts of fantastic gold makers, and this graph would just go up in a massive spike, and I'm not. But that is why. Now I am actually curious, kind of what my last week is. I'm still kind of in the red, a little bit, by about 13,000 compared to a week ago, but I'm hovering at about the 800,000, so that's a lot better. So I'm slowly getting back into it. Um, a week ago today, I had a couple of friends come over to visit, and I cooked them my spaghetti sauce, and yeah. So I'm slowly getting back into being a human again, but it'll take time. Yeah, yeah, parents, and it it did affect me. I'm not going to try and downplay this, but it didn't affect me as much as my mom. But my dad, who passed away decades ago, but he had a marriage prior to my mom, and uh, I have a whole bunch of half siblings. One of them, one of my sisters, one of my half sisters, she had basically been sick and dying for 9 or 10 months, and we kind of knew that she was never going to live all the way through 2020. Uh, and when she finally did pass away, whenever that would be, we knew that that was going to be a relief because she was in a bad way. And 2020 has to 2020. Um, she passed away 4 days, 4 days before my mom. So my sister passed away on November 5th, and my mom passed away on November 9th. Um, and my sister, she passed away in Belgium, so there was no way that I could get there and see her. Um, but here I am every day going to the hospital visiting my mom, and then just one day we get the news, and yeah. So when people say about a hell week, um, for whatever reason is going on in their life, I now completely understand what hell week means, because that was a horrible, horrible week. What was I doing? I'm going crazy.
Have anything
Daddy, make me
concerning
sane. Help
needs
me.
to be at
What
least
was I
two
doing?
centuries old.
Okay,
If you find anything exotic, bring it.
where's the mailbox? Because I'm going to need that. So let's. Hello, other
Have
Brutosaur.
anything ancient to trade?
Let's quickly do a cancel scan and then change characters and then see what's up. Because my lower level alts, they're in various degrees of useful, but none of them are in Shadowlands yet. So, kind of a, bad shape. So, I've been busily trying to learn recipes because, um, obviously for older content, but you never know what's valuable for crafted items until you actually know what they cost. So yeah, I've got some stuff. I got some stuff to do. Um, I, on this character on Saigon, I've been working on the daily Stormwind and Northrend Dalaran cooking dailies because I need um, the cooking tokens or whatever. I've been neglecting the Mist of Pandaria ones. I really need to get back to those, but I want to finish off the Cataclysm and the Northrend cooking recipes, and um, to that end, it's not just the recipes that you can buy with the tokens. There are recipes on various different factions, and being a demon hunter who never leveled through those stuff, I've got to go back and track all that stuff. And I saw Samadan doing that over the last few weeks, and he's kind of inspired me. So, yes, Samadan is doing all the right things by making all of the rest of us get out there and do the right stuff. Yeah, and oh, well, you've probably gone through it, but I mean, a lot of those old recipes aren't just locked behind reputation walls, they're also on daily cooldowns. So that's a pain in the ass. Like, the, I mean, the cooking dailies, sure, you get two of them, you get, tokens, but you're lucky to get one recipe a day. Um, Based on the number of tokens. You might fluke out to get 2, but the stars have to align for that. Um, but then there's all the warlords of Draenor recipes um, that are locked behind the daily cooldown to make the secrets of warlords something, or secrets of Draenor, whatever it is, blacksmithing, tailoring, etc., etc. Such a tedious nonsense. Oh, really? What? What's well? I mean, I do know, especially like the transmutes, like to fire to earth and blah blah, blah that I need to track down. Um, what other ones are you suggesting?
Have anything ancient to trade. Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Mostly vanilla stuff. Okay, yeah, that really doesn't surprise me. Speaking of vanilla stuff, yesterday I got lucky, as it were. I was just checking the auction house for what recipes I don't know, and somebody put up bat. Oh, Shadow Cord Oil. Um, Bat bites, the cooking recipe that only Horde players can buy from a vendor. So they're buying it for silvers. Alliance guys cannot buy that recipe because it requires you to go to Undercity, and last time I checked, they don't really like us Alliance guys over there. So I had to buy that on the auction house, but 5 gold something or other. I was like, nice. I will get that. Holy crap, I got 221 Shadow Core oil still, and I just sold 10 of them. Yeah, well, I'm also making 20% of the daily sold, and the daily sold is 475. Yeah, so that explains why I have 232 or so crafted. I mean, they will all sell out probably by the end of the day, but I might have to do a fair bit of cancel scanning.
Find
Um,
anything exotic,
so
bring it.
let's have a look. Um, hello, all the things you might actually be useful. Let's switch to the base thing. So these are all the ones I don't know, I think. Yeah, pretty certain these are all the ones that I don't know. So that's a hell. Yeah, for sure, because I don't know the noggin candle. Um, some of them I probably do know. Like, for example, I do know this make pet, but it's probably suggesting that there are certain pets that I have not learned. Um, but I mean, Burning Crusade, you boom, 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 Wrath, blah, blah, blah. Are these some of the ones you're talking about, like the transmutes and stuff like that? Vial of the Saints? Thanks, Natty. Sure, give me something to do, why don't you? I just got the frost oil a couple of weeks ago because that vendor, um, it limited supply, and it's like a 90-minute cooldown. Um, I had to wait 35, 40 minutes for him to have it, and I was constantly refreshing his window just in case it it pops up. Yeah. Really annoying. Dirty! Dirty, my dude! Welcome to my stream, sir! Frost oils used in tailoring patterns. Okay, even on my old server, I never learned tailoring. That's good to know. Um, okay. So, yeah, because if I go to the unlearned tab here, there's a lot. For example, um, I have to make, or I have to randomly proc some of these. I might have an echo. Um, can I show you the window? I can. I gotta figure out how to actually show that to you. Um, let's see if this will do. Um, will this do it? Space and space and space. Oh god. My breakfast? What breakfast? Spaghetti is not breakfast. Scroll down to my mixer, bottom right. Okay. I can open up the advanced stuff. Mic auxiliary. It's my mixer, eh? Wait a sec. Why did the moderator? Oh, Streamlabs is complaint. Oh, I might. I was just playing with that setting. Sorry, Dirty. It might have. I. This is one of the many questions that I have about setting up Streamlabs that I, might have gone overzealous or set things up wrong or something like that. So, yeah, sorry if that messed you up there. Can I make it full screen? Sure, let me pull that out so I can still read chat. So you have tons and tons of, you have Saigonception going on here. I'm not sure if anybody can handle Saigonception. Mute my aux auxiliary or input capture. This one? So let's go mic aux. Hide in mixer. Can I just... That's hide. I wonder if there's a way to just... I mean, I can put it to 0. Oh, Streamlabs. Okay, is that fixed? Really? That was it. That was as easy as that. Tells you that I know nothing, Dirty. I know nothing. Okay, so let's change that back. So, Dirty, when did you pop into here? Like, how much of the stream pretty much did you miss? Because I started pretty much right away as Samadan ended. Because I want to. tell you my logic and pick your brain. So this is something that I noticed on Samadan's stream, and Natty and I were talking about this. But under settings, of course, crafting, like me, Samadan has also added smart average buy and average buy. But you'll notice, if you look at his, he starts this with min rather than max. Oh my god, I sold a flask. Spectral flasks. Nice. So the reason I use max, well, let's explain min, what Samadan's doing. And this is why I want some feedback, because I want to write up a Reddit article, but it's a lot of math, and that could probably lose a lot of people. So I'm going to use you as a test, okay? Um, if we start this with min instead of max, so minimum, whatever happens first, average buy or average buy, compare that to an existing min of what is available in the auction house, or whether you can craft a material or whatever. So this is the TSM default up to uh, here, basically. And TSM is sourcing the cheapest possible method except what you've purchased, right? If you start this as min, then you're saying compare what I've paid against what's available and take the cheapest. So basically you're doing min inside of a min, right? In which case, what if you've paid more for the material than what is currently available? And I use this as an example with Natty. Not Lich. So if I mouse over Lich Bloom, my average buy price was almost 16 gold, but the currently available is 14 and a quarter, right? So comparing 15 and 3/4 to 14 and 1/4, if I used minimum, it would use the 14 and a quarter, right? If I use maximum, it's using my 15 and 3/4 because I actually bought, 1,800 Lich Bloom. You see the problem? So if I use min, it's not actually using what I paid for. If I use max, then it will use what I'm paid for, but let's say that my smart average buy price was 10 gold, right? If it takes the higher, then the minimum buyout of 14 and a quarter is higher than 10. So it would use what's available in the auction house instead of what I paid for it. So either way, max seems like a better way to do it. Have I lost my mind? Am I not understanding this correctly? This is kind of why I wanted some feedback, because using max makes sense to me. But I can also see the argument for using min, but I don't think the argument is a strong argument, because it really does devalue what you've paid for if what you've paid for is higher than what's currently available. Like if if you bought cheap, then it doesn't matter which one you use. But if you paid more, wouldn't you want to use max? Okay, so I'm going to read this out. Um, Dirty responded with, I always try to buy my mats cheapest, right? Yep, of course, makes sense. But sometimes we miss the boat and don't have the cheapest stuff. Case in point, my lich plume. I missed the boat there. Um, the competition does. Well, yeah, so they're a gold and a half cheaper from the competition right now. So to avoid getting locked out of the market, because I didn't have the mats cheap enough, I still craft my mats if they were sourced at the floor, so the cheapest. Um, that way, I move the product off the shelves and take another crack at the min. Um, yeah, that makes sense. Otherwise, imagine if my smart average buy for a mat is 20 gold, and there's a market shifter that drops the market down to a new price of 10 gold and stays there for the next year. Yeah, in which case, you definitely get punished for that. Um, yeah, and a max formula would definitely lock you out. For sure, absolutely. Um, so you understand my reasoning, but for me, this is viable only for current content. Because if the smart average buy price stays there, yeah, anything older and slower moving, um, Natty says that she tends to overprice. So, Dirty, the other thing is normally I would never have um, this, never mind this much Lich Bloom, I would have zero. Because normally I only buy what my task list tells me to buy, in which case my smart average buy after I would use built whatever wrath potions I was using would be nil because I would not have any Lich Bloom. But a week and change ago, the alpha for TSM had a bug, and it would not progress beyond the first item in the queue. So you would craft the first item, whether you were making 1 or 600 or whatever. It didn't matter. So, say potion of healing or whatever. So it would make those, but not remove them from the queue. And so the task list, I didn't notice this. This is my own personal failing. So I the first thing made happened to be a wrath thing using Lich Bloom, so it kept prompting me to buy in more and more Lich Bloom, and I didn't pay attention, so I bought way too much. So now I'm trying to dump the Lich Bloom and or make Wrath potions that would consume it. Um, I mean, it's doing me no favors. So that bug screwed me up, right? So if I try and requeue here, um, let's see. Nope, no herbs, none. Um, yeah, you're right. Yes, that's it. Nail, meat, hammer. Um, different methods. Part of what makes gold making school so cool. Yes, absolutely. If there wasn't different ways, if there were not different ways to do it, then everybody would be the same, and it would be boring. I mean, granted, the it's boring for non-goblins, but I'm talking specifically for goblins that it would just be boring. So, I could make these. if I mouse over them, then 328 gold profit, over 3,000 profit, over... Okay, so I can only make one of these because of a cooldown. Alright, by the way, Dirty, if you can still hear me, say hi to Mexicani, wave, hello. Okay, and Mexicani, just so you know, I do actually plan on putting the spaghetti recipe into Dirty's Discord for you. I haven't written it up. It's on my to-do list, so you will get that. Okay, so what is this? 328. So I can only make one of these. I'm going to take that one out. And Dreadstone 2600. The crafting cost. Well, okay, so the King's Amber, they have approximately the same sale rate, and the King's Amber not only costs less, it's worth more, and yeah, 0.08 versus 0.09. There isn't very much difference there. So I'm in fact going to make that one.
Have anything ancient to trade?
And I think I might actually have some of these mats because of that screw up. I'm going to see. Okay, so I don't have Autumn's Glow. I do actually have the Eternal Life. Let's cancel that.
If you find anything exotic, bring it to me.
Grab that. And now,
Have anything
let's
ancient to
do
trade?
the actual browse. Ooh, I want to see what those flasks did. I sold 2 of them. That's not bad. It's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. Yeah, she's looking forward to it, okay? So, might be a lurker, but Mexicani, just to warn you, it does take 3 days. You know, just be aware of that. Okay, so Autumn's Glow is actually going to be the cheapest rather than actually trying to like buy it outright rather than trying to make the Autumn's Glow in itself. So let's...
Find anything exotic, bring it to me.
I was hoping that Wrath would pop some um, actual potions to use up herbs, but it didn't.
Have anything ancient to trade?
Oh well,
Needs to be at
that's
least
okay.
2 centuries.
So let's post up that gem. Yeah, because I had 2, canceled 1. Yeah, so that works out. That's fine. We'll fire that up, and that's yet more potential sales because they do actually sell. They're just incredibly slow. But with that much of a profit margin, I'm willing to put up with the wait. Diagram Arrow Bloom. Alright, get rid of that. That one I got free because of my garrison. So, of course, materials never are free, but I didn't have to spend much more than a minute to get them. And I have more than I can actually use in Draenor potions. So, um, I'm willing to sell the access. Okay, so Natty says, my example for overpricing, Panther gems. Okay, so you're a jewel crafter. Your most uncommon gems are like 5 times Kyperite. The prospected rares I don't take into account, and I don't account for the 1.2 from transmuting. Teledor Orchid. Um, that gives the rares a 5 times Kyperite plus Golden Lotus cost. This is basic as it can get, overpricing at its best, and your crafting cost for Panthers is still very cheap. Yeah, makes total sense. Um, sure, if you adjust for the transmute mastery, if you have that on an alchemist, fine, great, but I get it. It's a pain in the ass. Um, I don't have a jewel grafter, but I've seen why you don't do that, because, for example, my alchemist can say transmute gold, right? Of course, you can only make one because then that puts it on cooldown. Whereas if my crafting queue says that I can make 6, because that's the 20%. I have to be careful and actually switch to a character with a minor to make those. So I'm losing the 20% proc chance, but instead of making one and going into cooldown and then not being able to make the other 5 because I have one already, I just skip that and go straight to the minor and pray that that 20% didn't kill me. Yeah, so um, yeah, it would be cheaper with the transmute taken account, but it's just yeah, absolutely right, because uh, you have to you have to pick your battles, and if you happen to have an alchemist, um, that's great, but then you're dealing with cooldowns that could um, uh, mess up the crafting queues elsewhere. Yeah. So yes, I could collect that 190 gold, 180 gold, or whatever it is, but I think I'm going to leave that in my mailbox and see how much I can
Have
actually
anything
generate
ancient to trade?
over the course of the
Needs to be at
stream.
least 2 centuries old.
So relist those.
Find
Okay,
anything
now
exotic? Bring it to
before I switch alts, um, I'm going to stay on this character for a second. I'm going to do the Dalaran cooking, because otherwise I'm going to forget. I should be doing this every day, but I've been forgetting. And I know Dirty is lurking. Mexicani, I hope you can still hear me. You can tell Dirty later how much of a slacker I am. Oh, Spectral Flask of
have anything
Stamina.
ancient to trade. Needs
Interesting.
to be at least
Sold
two
3 of
centuries old.
those. That leaves me with
If you
2
find
before I need
anything
to
exotic,
restock.
bring it.
Transmuting rare gems is not on cooldown. So, wait a second. This is something I've been messed up because I still think like the old um, alchemy. Um, so you saw me make those um, those wrath gems. Could I have made all 3 of those? Am I messed up? Have I been missing out on potential transmutes? Panda gems are not on cooldown. Okay. Um. Oh, this is nothing whatsoever to do with gold making, but um, you probably saw my rep bar suddenly change. So that's an add-on that I've been writing and working on that changes your watched reputation based on your location rather than the last uh, bunch of quests that gave you rep or whatever. Oh, beautiful. Feeling crabby. That's going to give me 2 of these awards. Excellent. Thank you, random proc chance. I like it when this quest comes up. All right. God, I hope you're right, Natty. Because I really need to figure out that nonsense. I'm so used to um, like everything being on a shared cooldown. Where did that second crab go? Naughty crab. Ooh, flask of power sold. Good thing I did a cancel scan. I don't have a second account, so I can't just be. Oh, Shadow Code Oil. I can't just be canceling and relisting and whatnot. Hey, where'd you go, crab? Come back here. Hey, crab. There we go. 4 crabs. My God, I can't click on anything, Natty. Okay, let's go up the stairs and fly around until I can see more crabs. And of course I see one right there and didn't actually need to fly anywhere. Under the water. That's 5. Up on the docks. Yeah, the reputation one. It's called Rep by Zone. It's not finished for retail. I'm still adding data, but it has several zones already configured, and um, Classic and RBC. RBC. It's not Royal Bank of Canada. TBC. Uh, Classic are in fact done. There was going to be. I'm going to add more features to it. Um, but right now I'm just trying to add data. So, for example, at least for retail, uh, I do not support wearing the tabards when you go into dungeons. Um, that will come, but right now, uh, when you go into dungeons and raids, it's just going to use what the default is. So, for example, if you're in Dalaran and you go into Violet Hold, it'll tell you Kirin Tor, just straight up. So I need to change it, but I had the Argent Crusade tabard equipped, so it did not just switch to Argent crusade, uh, because I haven't added that feature yet. Already known. Could be learned by. Sure, we will buy that one. And this will be one more. Recipe mushroom sauce mudfish. Let's pop open this. So, yeah. Holy crap. Not that, it has a high sale rate, but holy smokes. Look at that profit margin. Of course, in reality, what would I sell it for? So crafting costs is 7.25, and I would sell it no less than 800 gold to a maximum of 1250. Okay, sure. So, yeah, no, the reputation one, it's called Rep by Zone, all one word. Um, and yeah, it's a work on progress, but I'm getting there. I actually had the code file open over the last day or two, and I was working uh, not just on adding data, but fixing some code issues. So I don't actually need to do the Shatrath cooking daily because I have learned all of the recipes that come from that daily quest. So I'm gonna skip that. Hey, let's go back to the beginning then. There we go. So, was it Epicurean? What was the name of the token that? Yeah, Epicurean award. Um, so I have one, and I think the Dalaran one will turn in. I think gives you one, and then in the small spice bag you get a second one of those. So I might actually be able to get two recipes today. And you remember I was talking about, like, if the stars align. But I don't know what these recipes cost until I learn the actual recipes, in which case, if I ever shop them in the auction house, I need to actually know what they should be worth if they're cheaper. Not that I do that for old content on a regular basis, but all right. I think this one, I think I'm gonna need some chilled meat, but Zygor should tell me. I could go farming for the chilled meat because that's actually super easy for me to get. Where's the jug of wine? They keep moving it. Is it upstairs? Yes, it is. Yeah, so I have to get 4 chilled meat. I know this is actually a really bad thing because I actually will lose a little bit of gold compared to the quest turn in. Holy crap! Up to you see this? 13,000 um, gold in sales. Hmm. Anyway, what I was going to say is I'm going to actually just buy the 4 chilled meat. The quest is no, I mean, so that's going to cost me 41 gold. And the quest, I think the reward only gives me like 7 or something like that. So it's a loss. Um, but I'm gonna do the cheap and easy way because I don't feel like farming. Alright. So I have to cook 4 northern stew, and I know Zygor gets buggy with this particular quest. So it won't, even though it says cook 4 northern stews, and normally you'd be able to cook this and it would prompt and blah blah blah, but it doesn't. So I actually have to pull it up. Yeah, that's true. The trade-off is that in, buying the 41 gold worth of chilled meat, I'm not losing the time. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Is it convention in here? Yeah. Oh, it was right here. All right, so if I do this, yeah, so I spent 41 gold and I'm going to make 7 and a bunch of silver. So it doesn't quite add up mathematically, but yeah, instead of um, heading all over Northrend to farm my chilled meat, I just, you know, shortcut that one. Um, Epicurean Award 1 and 2. Wait a sec. Did I? Am I right? Yeah, I've got up to 3. So, um, I could buy a Northrend recipe that I'm missing, but I am in fact not going to do that. I'm prioritizing the Cataclysm recipes. I'm gonna get those done, and then I'm gonna do the. Oh my god. Oh well, had nothing to do with gold making. I was thinking, well, I'm in Dalaran. I should do the higher learning achievement, and I've just left Dalaran. I'm such a nutball. Alright, so I got 3, and I know there are some recipes that cost 5, like this one, Fortune Cookie. I do not have, and I don't, of course, have 5 yet, so I'm just quickly buying the 3 ones. Already known, already known, Lurker's Lunch, already known. Of course, I just bought that one. Pickled Guppy, already known. Already known. Could be learned by. Yes. Scalding Murgle Snout. Sounds delicious. Yeah. Could, yeah. Make sure that I buy the right one and don't spend my awards in a stupid way. All right. Have a good night, Natty. Thank you very, very much for stopping by the stream. I greatly appreciate that. You are like the first viewer. So, congratulations. At least in the first viewer live. I don't know who was watching the archived streams. Scalding Murgles out. Wow, crafting costs 7.5 gold. I don't think that. Holy crap! TSM is telling me that it's still going to list between 1,000 and 1,600 gold. All right, sleep well, Natty. So yes, 2 more recipes. Woohoo! That is good stuff. I've got 2 more recipes today. That is excellent. I actually consider that phenomenally good progress, even though those are super easy to get. Um, Mostly because uh, a lot of people, especially on alts now, won't have these recipes. And yeah, they're not going to sell very often, but when they do, they're going to sell for a freaking fortune. And even if I get undercut and undercut and undercut, well, I mean, you just saw the one that I linked. It was like 7.5 gold to make, minimum 1,000 gold in the auction house. That's an insane amount of wiggle room for somebody to undercut me. So I am very happy with that. Northern spices, that's what I actually need. Just in case for those. But I don't need them in my bags right now. That can get deposited and free up some space. And I think I have some already. Yeah. So I've got 16. I'm banking them. I have 70 slots that before I have to worry about my reagent bank getting full. 155s. Oh, yeah, I could probably vendor those, but not yet. Um, I I want to make sure that I really can vendor them. I can't disenchant on this character, so I would have to vendor them, but I really want to get some honest to God proper replacements guaranteed. Yeah, I really don't need these older ones. Right now it's kind of too risky. Um, all these leatherworking recipes, I'm holding on to these because my leatherworker not only cannot learn these yet, because for the because of the change in how trade skills work, professions, and you have to learn by expansion. So that character hasn't capped out each of the expansions, so a lot of these they can't learn yet. Like requires Northrend leatherworking 75. Well, the leatherworker doesn't have Northrend the leatherworking 75 yet. But on top of that, the character is also the opposite faction. It's Horde, and I want to get that um, achievement where the character gets to level cap, um, and then I'm going to transfer it over. It's a Pandaren, and I was thinking originally, because I wanted to help the guild with um, unlocking the 8th guild tab, because they haven't got that. I mean, they haven't got this one, Stay Classy, but turns out they actually have um, the Pandaren. So that's, I don't need to keep the same race. Um, oh my god, we're down to just dwarves. Um, and of course, it's a rogue. So I'm, if I transfer, well, when I transfer, I guess it really doesn't matter now um, what race for alliance. It's not relevant anymore. The guild has long since um, unlocked any possible combination I have for a rogue. So that's not a thing. But uh, hey, I'm open to suggestions for when that character does get to level cap. So it'll be a rogue. What alliance race should I play as a rogue? I will say no allied races. I do have them all unlocked, but if I roll an allied race, I want to actually level it up so they get the heirloom gear. So um, I can't um, race change, and I can't use a level boost on those. Otherwise, I miss out on the heritage thing. So it has to be a traditional alliance race. Um, I'm open to suggestions. So if you guys think, yeah, you should be playing this race if you're going to be a rogue. I also have no idea um, what covenant to pick for a rogue, which is even worse because I'm going to have access to the covenants before I get to level cap. So I'm gonna have to do some research and stuff like that. Okay, so I could go farming more recipes on this character, but I'm gonna take a couple of minutes here. I'm gonna give you the. Oh, hey Shanty. Right. So I'm not gonna do another cancel scan on this character yet. I will eventually, but I want to see. So yeah, 13,000. Now I sold some flasks. I still have 34 in the auction house. So yeah, I will have to do a cancel sooner or later, but for now, let's see how some of my other characters are faring. They're much lower level. Can't remember if I have enough um, materials to do this, or whether I need to go back to Saigon into his garrison to raid the mine. And I smell somebody barbecuing meat. I can see somebody barbecuing meat. Oh, that smells so good. For anybody that is vegan, I feel so bad for you. God, that smells good. Alright. Yeah, secrets of Draenor, blacksmithing, and true skill ingot. Can I actually make these? Do I actually have enough? I don't. I actually do need to switch back to Saigon and raid my own garrison. That is unfortunate, but it's all part of the game, I guess. Should have thought about that beforehand. So, back to Saigon, off to Warlords of Draenor, do the stuff and the things to help my poor little alts. My computer is normally pretty fast, but on occasion, it does in fact slow down quite a bit in loading screens because I have some customized UI modifications, mostly change of icons and other stuff like that. So they've they get loaded and they consume quite a bit of resources, which increases my load bar times. Okay, so I have to feed Crazy or Kradzy or whatever his name is. Of course, I have to do these. What is this one? Not really worth it. What is in this one? Oh, just Draenei crystals, which I probably could use, but I literally have hundreds of thousands of them, I think. So I'm not really too concerned about it right now. What I really need is resources here. So let's gain that and hope to God that's 616. Let's hope I'm successful at some of these missions. Yeah, because 2800 is not enough because I use those to also buy things from the vendor. And even though these are just copper pieces, when I sell them to vendors, still coppers is coppers. In finish those off to get those missions out of the way to hopefully get better missions instead. Alright. Didn't get anything fancy or amazing, no transmogs. Occasionally it happens, but didn't this time. Get my order resources. I should actually shop the auction house for Savage Blood, because with the level 3 trainer, and no, I haven't actually finished the auction house quest for the garrison. That's onto the to-do list. But with the level 3 garrison, or trading post, I can convert Savage Blood into bags of gold. You might be able to do that at earlier in the buildings. But I've had the level 3 for so long I don't remember. But on average, the bag of gold gives you 50 gold and some odd silver. Sometimes it's 49 and some odd silver. Sometimes it's 51 and some odd silver. So the average is 50 and some odd silver. So if I can buy Savage Blood from the auction house, my cutoff I think is 47 gold or something like that. But if I can buy it for that, then I will do that, convert them into bags. So browse. That's, I think I have it. No, oh yeah, I do. Cleared it, thought I'd cleared it out. So 49 and a half, that's not enough. That's not cheap enough. So that is not going to be a thing today. But I obviously will acquire some of my own. Among other things, I can certainly buy, well, I can actually buy 2 of them because they cost 25 each of these primal spirits, and I already have 56 on this character, so there's at least 100 free gold, basically. But I need these ores and whatnot for Kradzi. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to collect these for Monsieur Le Kradzi. And send them off to him because he needs them badly. All the things us gold makers have to do to make more gold. Especially if you're a crafting goblin like myself, where the more recipes that all of my characters know, the better I am. At least we've got a decent path going along for the garrison here. Otherwise, this thing gets pretty slow. Sounds like there are people shouting in the parking lot. Some tiny little rep bumps for my follower here, because as I'm landing and killing rats, he's getting 10 rep. I don't actually need to do the Warlords of Draenor quests, but I probably should, just because, transmogs and other stuff that maybe I can find that would be worth selling, random drops, stuff like that. Hey, you, refine my stuff for me. And you, buy my stuff. Sell trash. I don't need the armor and equipment. And sure, it's only coppers, but hey, if they're gonna give it to me, I will take them. So, yep, bought 2 of those. Go here, do the trader, buy Bloody Cone purse. And yeah, see, this is what I mean. The the cheap one was 49.5 gold, which obviously was not worth my time buying them from the auction house to do that. But on occasion, for sure, it happens, and basically that's free gold right there. So yeah, deposit that. Where are you? Need this and this. I'm gonna send those to Kradzi, because he's the guy that I'm gonna work on next. 1800. Alts. Kradzi. Send. Okay. Normally I would not actually do another cancel scan so soon, but I did have that computer crash and whatnot. So we'll see, because there's been enough time past here that this might be worth my time. Try and sell some more things. Yeah, well, yeah, there's some stuff there that if I refresh the auctions, they'd probably move and get more gold. And more gold is better. That is always the name of the game. Especially since, what did I spend today? 22,000 gold. So this week, and this add-on is kind of interesting, because this week starts on a Monday, I think, for this add-on. Because today's Sunday and I haven't collected any positive gold, so if I did, it would be close to 0 or have positive numbers, but it isn't. So I think that add-on starts on a Monday, I think, is its refresh. But that's okay. I actually want to get rid of inventory so I can craft more stuff. And I've been bantering around this idea in my head for the last week or so. And the question is, can one goblin actually affect a realm? Now, of course, we got Dirty Irby and Vadas and a few others where they've got hundreds of millions of gold, and the sheer churn and turnaround that they do, they absolutely, for sure, affect their realm's economy. But I'm wondering about people like me who have far fewer halts and uh, haven't capped out levels and professions and stuff like that. So I'm musing this idea around in my head that with somebody like me, am I actually affecting the economy by buying materials and turning them into potions and food and stuff like that? And yes, obviously I am. I mean, uh, you know, straight up, I am. But I'm talking about how much of an influence somebody like me could be on the realm as I continue leveling up my characters and they achieve more trade skills and professions and stuff like that. I will affect the economy more and more with my various activities. But I'm not at that point yet where I think that I'm uh, so influential on my realm that other people notice me. Um, I think that hasn't happened yet. Um, but we'll see. I think that's worth talking about. Um, and, you know, see what's up there. So I'm just going to collect the canceled stuff because, again, I'm just leaving the sales in the mailbox pretty much to see what the end result is when I've finally finished all the streaming. I mean, I've sold some things, obviously, but um, yeah, I'm curious to see what the end result is.
Have anything ancient to trade? Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
Relist this. Yeah, it's a lot of green stuff, slow movers, absolutely. You might make an argument that they really don't belong in the auction house, but occasionally do sell, and they're sometimes worth it. So we're gonna see. I don't think like the ring is gonna be a a a big mover, but you never know because
Find anything
people
exotic? Bring
do
it.
crazy and silly things with alts, and I'm gonna see if I can take advantage of those crazy and silly things that people do. And yeah, I've sold some green items. Totally shocked, but it's been a thing. Um, actually, about a week ago, I was just doing a vendor search of the auction house, and I bought something. I can't remember what it was, but an older piece of gear for 1 silver, which is of course the cheapest anything can be in the auction house. And I was like, eh. takes me like 3 months to sell. Doesn't matter. It'll be a profitable. It was like less than 24 hours later, it sold for like 64 gold. I was like, you've got to be kidding. What? I paid a silver for this and just got like 64 gold for it? That's bonkers. So, let's see if I can actually find that in my resale tab.
Have
All
anything
right.
ancient to
So,
trade? Needs
what
to
do we
be at
got?
least 2 centuries old.
411. When was the last auction? Under half an hour ago. Let's do a vendor search, because you never know. Ooh, sources. Okay, sure. We'll buy that, and we'll buy that. Clear those out of the auction house.
Bring it to me.
12,500. And climbing.
Step closer and don't mumble.
Sure. We'll
Come back with some
sell
better
those and get rid of stuff from the vendor sell search. Reload my UI. Anyway, so yeah, I'm back. Technical issues were technical. Yeah, that took longer to fix than I thought. Not only did the game crash in Streamlabs, but my webcam crashed as well. And yeah, so I had to recover everything at that point. Um, anyway, um, what was I saying before? Oh yeah, um, so about a week ago, I bought a green item on a vendor search for I think for 1 silver, and um, less than 24 hours later, sold it for 64 gold. Which let's see if I can find that ledger revenue resale. Um, we only want auction. Um, did it not? It's not going to show up in resale, which is weird. Um, so that is weird. Um, where was it? Lots and lots of stuff. Let's see if I can find it. Still lots of. Oh, yeah. Here it is. Not short sword. So, um, you guys seeing this? Um, bought for 1 silver, sold for 68 and a half gold. 8 days, 21 hours ago, sold it 8 days, 3 hours later. So less than a day later, uh, bought for 1 silver, sold for 68 and a half gold. So that was a happy day. That was a good little moment. Didn't change the world or anything, but it was a happy moment. Okay, so fingers crossed, guys. Um, I'm going to try and switch to Kradzi now that I've mailed over some things. And hopefully this is not completely buggered up. Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed. Because technical issues are painful. And yes, even though you hear my name a lot in the WoW economy, and I do actually make gold and I'm, whatnot, if you look at my gold graph, I'm currently way behind. I mean, not only for the Brutosaur, but because I bought that, but lots of other issues as well from autumn to late spring didn't do me any favors whatsoever. So we need to learn some more recipes on this guy. True skill. And woohoo, skill number 27. He's huge. Huge, I tell you. Alright. So already knowing. Already knowing. Could be learned by already known. So true steel grinder. That might be useful. So, what did that actually get me? Because I'm not sure what a true scale grinder is. Huh. Reroll secondary properties on Warlord's blacksmithing weapons and shields with item level 45 or below. Interesting. Alright. Sure. But this is the issue with all kinds of alts and stuff like that. You have to level them up and learn recipes, because you never know what's going to turn a profitable thing. Oh, yeah, so I have to go back to the garrison anyway, so I'm just going to pop the garrison Hearthstone and speed up that process. And lots of resources, which is good, because I need to get to a rank 2 garrison, and then of course a rank 3, but you know.
Don't waste my time.
And I can't do that yet. Where was you?
What do you need?
Oh,
We've got a lot of
unfinished quest. Okay. Oh boy. So, this guy is kind of in an interesting predicament, because he needs to do those quests to actually advance anything in the garrison. And unbelievably, what garrisons are important? What is this? Treaty. Wait a sec. What? How do I not have this on this guy? I thought I'd smashed some things already. Draenor mining skill. What the? What the? Game, you're confusing me. What was I? Yeah, your skill in Draenor blacksmithing. Oh, okay. So it did actually do something for me. I just didn't realize what it was doing for me. All right. Sludge. Hmm. Ooh, I actually got a hit on that guy. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you're a rare. I'm not going anywhere near you. You are too tough for me. Too tough for me, Mr. Rare. Oh, no. I have to kill this. Oh, nuts. So, yeesh, youch. Don't kill me, bro. Don't kill me. Woo. Thank goodness for that. Wow, I'm so glad that I actually leveled this guy up enough to unlock flying. Flying is so important. Not just in Warlords, but in general. Which, admittedly, that means I'm a complete slacker for Shadowlands. Holy, nice. I like random dings off of loot I didn't realize I needed. Or wouldn't give me, or that would give me XP. I was like, okay. Hey. Probably should not have aggroed the crabs, but know about you guys, but I always found these entry quests um, for every expansion um, to be extremely annoying. So it's not just warlords, but I mean the questing through Legion and Shadowlands and BFA, and yeah, it's all incredibly tedious. There's a treasure over here. Where is it? Will Zygor actually tell me? Hey, follow the side of the boat. Oh, it's right here by the ugly evil fish that is going to aggro me and probably try and eat my face. But I need the garrison resources for lots of different reasons, not the least of which, of course, um, leveling up my garrison itself. Alright. What was that other one? Stolen treasure. Oh, I think... Th yeah, that's in the actual garrison. I had to look that up on Wowhead because I didn't realize it was um, under um, the little lake that you get in the garrison, like over there in the water.
Just say the word, Commander. We'll get it done. Ugh, some of these supplies are really waterlogged and
Let us
sticky.
speak.
These will get the job done.
Orcs
Truly,
are dangerous.
this is disgusting.
Hopefully, this is the last we see of them.
Hello, Commander.
Yeah.
The Alliance.
So let's build the barracks. Find the blueprints. I thought I already had. Click on the... Click garrison... Huh? Are you here on the random merchant? Let's sell this nonsense.
Have a good one.
I can't actually
Orders, Commander. On it.
click on the blueprint. Oh, I'm staring right at it. I feel dumb. It's right here. Yay! Click the architect table and build. And of course, that one's super quick because blizzard
The barracks look fantastic.
kind
We
of
should go check in with Mirage. I'm going to hang out here.
kind of cheated you a little bit, you know, because they're like, yeah, here's this thing. It literally takes seconds, and then after that, um, every other thing takes an hour. Like, what? No.
With the barracks complete, we can finally shelter all of these troops from this eternal night. Kiana just headed out to Moonflower Valley. She is quite eager to explore this new land.
Follow the path south. Okay. Yeah, a rare that I really don't want to fight because he's probably rough and tough and stuff. Oh. Yep, you were saved. So where is that rare? Yeah, anyway, that's enough of that. Getting some brief lag spikes. It's not good. Hello. Sure, I will recruit you. Thank you very much. Is he in? Oh, he is inside the building. Okay.
Glory to Gilneas. We are bound by a common enemy.
So now we have to send this guy to recruit more guys.
Hail, traveler. The past must not be repeated.
And we have to go to Ashran. So many quests.
Greetings.
Oh,
For the Alliance.
talk to Urel. Where is Urel? Oh, standing right there. I feel so stupid.
We will answer the prayer. I will go with you here. A warm welcome awaits us at Embodied.
Wellness.
Alright, let's saunter over to Ashran. Alright. How we doing? Are we crashing again? I think we probably are. Good God. Why? Why you crash? There's no reason for crashing. Yeah, everything's locked up again.
Mic off. Mic on.
Interesting. It recovered, but crashed the game. Wonder if Okay. Weird. It came back. But see if there's anything else.
You are not prepared.
That isn't going to be my issue. Yeah. Okay. I'll possibly reinstall Streamlabs and run it as administrator.
What can I do for you? See you around.
That's interesting. Bizarre. I might actually have to do some of these things. It's suggesting that I re-download Streamlabs OBS, or Slobs as it's called, and run the installer as an administrator, and see what's up with that. Its other suggestions, I've already done, just as a matter of course. So its other suggestions are updating Windows and make sure that I have the updated graphics drivers, and yeah, that's all things that I just happen to do in a matter of, course.
Orders, Commander.
Have a good one.
So weird, but yeah, I'll try that because I'm pretty much gonna try anything at this point to stop the technical difficulties.
Light bless you.
Ishnu Allah. Ashapa.
But growing pains, I've only been streaming for a handful of days, so I don't expect this to be smooth and flawless. I wish, but no.
Ora teremos. Never back down.
Where is this new recruit? Oh, he's way over here. Okay.
Can I help you?
Oh, yes. Get the Death Knight. Which is funny. I'm playing a Death Knight who happens to be a, a dwarf. So I'm going to recruit another dwarf who also happens to be a Death Knight.
Speak your peace. Ashes to ashes. We are done here.
Yay! So, just to play catch up, what does this have to do with gold making? Pretty much everything, because I need to um, learn recipes and get characters up higher level. And which way is Imbari? Kind of going the right way. Because the more recipes you know, and thus the more uh, items that you know how to craft, then when it comes to the auction house, you actually know the true value of what items are. And you've probably heard me say this before, uh, and it always bears repeating because it's absolutely true. If you don't know how to craft something, then and it's craftable, then how in the world do you actually know how to value it properly in the auction house? Yeah, more rares. They they can stand by. No mad rush. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to kill that one though, which because I need this guy. Oh, I dingited.
You bring news? Mano Ekta, my friend.
God, I'm gaining levels left, right, and center, which is a good thing. And here come more of them.
I will aid you as best I can.
Yep, here comes big and nasty. Oh, I gotta figure out my interrupt. Because I don't want that happening. No more howling. Yay. Flight path.
Samara! Eren? After the Iron Horde took you, I feared the worst.
The light granted me strength earlier.
Ooh, upgrades.
The strongest spirit will always triumph.
Greetings. This too shall pass.
How can I help?
All right. Funded games. Did I enter the wrong building? No, I don't think I did. Oh, what is this? Won't somebody think of the children? Yeah. Closing the portals and other nonsense. Putting out fires. Why not? Because I seem to be doing everything for these people. Complete quest. Okay. I still need so many more things to be doing here. Hey, I snuffed out a circle. Yay, snuffing out circles. Stop casting. That's 2. Oh, I gotta save another person. Sheesh. Saving people all over the place. Okay, I gotta find another circle to snuff out. And where's a circle? Because there will be a bad guy next to one. I gotta close a portal. Is that a dot? That's a dot. Yes. You qualify as my next victim. And oh, I'm gonna kill him. Wait a sec. Thought he would be my last guy. Of course he's not. All right. To turn in quests. Ooh, before I turn in quests, I'm gonna smash this ore. Because I don't have enough of it on this character. Uh-oh. That's interesting. I didn't actually get the ore as a loot. That, definitely seems bugged.
Something is amiss on this world.
Epic upgrade. Epic upgrade. Look at that. We will definitely, equip that one.
You are the instrument of change.
I am the instrument of change, eh?
No! Tamara! Ner'zhul! Stop this! What do you want?
Your blood will grant me the powers of the Dark Star.
Let's
Nazgul with you.
save that new piece of equipment.
Tell your prophets
That
his era is over. Darkness dawn.
Champion, focus your attacks on that thing. I will protect the others.
get out of the way of that nonsense. Interrupt that nonsense. Have some more of that. Alright. It's always like the last thing you need to do. And then, of course,
Ner'zhul is taking the captives to Shazir.
you get the proc for your
Rangari can help us.
ability. What's a transmog? What did I get? A belt. I only have 19 of those unlocked. Haha.
We welcome your help.
Into Twilight.
You are the instrument of... Welcome, welcome. Dionysaka.
When do I actually start working on my... When do I start working on actually improving my garrison? Because I need to get the mine rolling and other things because I need... What are they called on this character? On blacksmiths? True skill... True steel ingots. Ooh. How dangerous... That is going to be very dangerous. I need that, but I don't need the risk. More stuff.
Master Baron,
Without
I've
faith,
never led soldiers
the
before.
battle is lost. You are capable of more than you know, Yunel. Now go. Rangari, follow your orders. Find the prisoners.
Let's get a flight path.
Come, speak with me. Mano Ekta, my friend.
I gotta get an orc disguise? Holy snap.
Let us speak.
Need a Shenmue illusion. Enter the tree. I wonder if you could do this mounted. Apparently you can. Huh. That would be good. Alright. Gotta recover this. Ooh, out of the way, bug. Why are you gonna bother me? All I want to do is bang some nodes. Oh. So I have lost my disguise because well, maybe mounting didn't actually work. Shadow Moon disguise. Weird. Do I have to do this not mounted? Unless I screwed up and whatnot. Anyway. No! I want my disguise. Why is my disguise going away? What am I not learning? So, it's not a mounted thing. Is it where I am? So, how do you do this? Interesting. Okay. Well. Okay. Oh. Oh, hello. Of course. There's always something that wants to beat me up. Do I... Is it... Yeah. I think it's... as something as ridiculously simple as I was following Zygor's guide and I still get the disguise, but oh, hello. There's always something new coming to kill me. And I think, yeah, it's just something as simple as I was going kind of the wrong direction. I have to kill these two. I don't want to kill everything. I'm a peaceful death knight, I tell you. Peaceful death knight. All this because I need both levels and other nonsense. Oh. Uh-oh. Lag spike. Alright. What is this? Swamp blader dust. Oh. Nope. It's an ore, which is even more valuable to me. But it also means that I took a risk. But sometimes you just gotta take risks, yo. Well, that was a waste. I think. Nope. It was not a waste. Because this guy's gonna show up and be all kinds of annoying. Alright. Path of Frost. Thank goodness for that. So, what do I have to kill? Oh, these things? I guess I didn't need to taunt, because, you know, they're already taunted on me. No. I didn't need to kill that. Oh, what now? That's more dust. Am I still in combat with that stupid beehive? I am. And I'm probably gonna get a second one here. Because my luck. Ah, I'm still in combat with that beehive. Now I'm not. Finally. Yay. Getting somewhere. Oh. We have an issue here. Five of them. Okay. No, I don't want to attack the beehive. Why are you targeting that? Silly game. What oh, heals. Something is lagging me out, and I'll bet you I know what it is, too. Alright. Path of Frost is mighty handy. I approve of this. Oh, yeah, he's in that waterfall. That's right. And I don't know where that ore is. Quite frankly, don't care. I mean, I should care, but I don't care because I just want to turn these in and get back to my garrison here. Okay. I don't feel like drinking that right now. I want to get back to my garrison. Where's my garrison? Hearthstone. There it is. Because I can come back to this. I have more fish to fry. And after 4 hours and a bit of streaming, I honestly kind of want to kind of show the end result and have that be the end. Use the architect table to select your tile on it. Nope, it's this one. Yes. Ooh.
You have inspired me, Commander. I've seen you and your armies win many hard-fought battles across Draenor. We now face our greatest challenge as we attempt to unite against the Iron Horde.
Okay, so this is actually a good thing for this character because, as I mentioned before, I need the mine kind of badly, actually, on this character. So this was my goal. I will continue working on the garrison quests, but ultimately it doesn't really matter so much anymore. Yeah, so what? Okay, now I have access to stuff. Okay, I'm not sure what kind of building it is. Small? That I want? Forge. Production of blacksmith items. And this is a blacksmith, right? Right. Yeah. So this is what I needed. So small. I want the forge. So that is building. That's going to take an hour, and that's fine. I can come back to it tomorrow. Oh. Wow, this game is having some issues. So, but I got a recruitment. I got another person. So, 4 of them. Excellent. So, yeah, let's 100% chance of that. And sure, we'll send those out too. Because you never know. Might be successful. So many quests. So many quests. Let's see. Let's sell my trash. Yeah, so that can go. One-handed sword. Can't really use it, and I don't play Frost. So let's get rid of that. No sell price for those. No sell price for those. What is this? Oh, yeah, that's something to be sold at the auction house. Binds when equipped. Binds when equipped. Da-da-da. I'm looking for soulbound items that I can sell. That's a quest item. Right. So I think that is it. So yes, I can start the herb garden and the mine now finally. I probably should, and I'll do it while I'm offline from the stream, so you guys actually don't really need to see that because it's not vital. But yeah, that's kind of my goal because I need to have more of those ingots or whatever it is, much more consistently than I can make on my own. So let's quickly log this guy out. I'm going to check the mailbox on 2 other characters. And did the game stop? Yeah, I think this game stopped.